I just wanted to listen to the Linkin Park song that was done with the Final Fantasy. Oh God, which Final Fantasy was it? The one that got released, the one that was like chaos, and like the Linkin Park music plays, and there's like a montage of like the dude punching everyone through the multiverse. I wanted to listen to that because it was funny. For the VOD, that's not gonna make sense, but I can always just cut out the VOD. What's the next quest? Circus Trench. Seek Cycrus Trench, some shit like that. Okay, sorry about that. Let's play. Let's play. I'm so excited. We get to continue the story. They can't. They couldn't have dropped the bomb of Xenos being back in the body of an elf and not have you be excited. There are so many characters who should be dead and they're not dead, and I'm very intrigued to see what they do with them because so far the story's been proven to be very competent. It has made me excited to see what goes on because of those. Like it's like in any other story, I would have been like, they're bringing back characters who should be dead. But with the way they've been writing the story so far, I'm actually excited to see how they handle it. Haru is itching to share what appears to be good news. Good news, Clementine. We had a stroke of luck in our search for the beacon. Apparently, our colleagues have stumbled across a hidden path leading down into the hollows around the base of the Crystal Tower. Cool. Path I doubt we'd ever found had the Ironworks and the Suns not added to their numbers to their party. Thanks to them, we have eager eyes aplenty down there, checking under rocks and peering into it every nook and cranny. Still sounds like there's a lot of ground to cover. Then we better give them a hand. I'm having trouble like reading. My thoughts exactly. The sooner we find this beacon, the sooner you can travel to wherever it is the mysterious voice is coming from. The sooner we save our friends, right? The sooner we can work out how to help our friends. We have to find a way to wake them, and before the Empire comes calling again, meaning we have no time to lose. Cool. Otters. There's a boat in the North Silver Star waiting to ferry people to the site, so let's be on our way. What? What are they got fucking like? What's that one band? The one that did Primus or some shit? No, I'm thinking of the one cover of Black Betty. The other one. I didn't mean to use that. Wild Black Betty, bam lam, wild Black Betty. Here we are, we're going. St. Coinoc Ferryman. They did a survey, say, madam. So the eastern shore of this lake, and this was his way to get there is by boat. Yes, we're here. Oh, they're all hard at work, including Hori Boulder and some of the other Scions, Crystal Braves dudes or whatever.
Look how many people there are. Should we get to it then? Pick up anything that seems the least bit device-like, and we'll make ourselves a pile.
So just pick up rocks and put them in a pile. That's pigs.
We found bugger all without you.
Figs! Wedge!
Because the guys from Final Fantasy VII, they die at the start. It's only 20 hours to the
We can
game.
hardly say no to a call for aid from the Scions. Jesse called it the chief of some other business, so we'll be working twice as hard to make up for his not being here.
Thrice as hard, even.
Thank you, both of you. I'm sure we'll find that beacon in no time.
These guys are the ones who sound the most like characters so far. Like everyone else, so far from the voice cutscenes, they just sound like people. But these guys are the ones who most sound like, oh yeah, these are characters. These are characters. Like they're cartoon
I'm
little
not seeing anything
motherfuckers.
out here. Do you reckon you could squeeze in there, Wedge?
And get stuck halfway? No, thank you.
It's Marion
I can
Pippin.
try if you like.
Tataru, no! We couldn't ask you to do that.
Oh, I'll be fine. This receptionist is not afraid to get her hands dirty.
Sorry, I meant to say, the scholars haven't finished their preliminary assessment of the site yet, so we're not supposed to venture too far in. What's that you got there? Now that looks promising.
Are you meant to be wearing your welding goggles all the
Isn't that
time?
the ironworks
Oh, you both do
symbol?
it.
Counterfeiters?
Now I have you.
Oh boy.
What's happening?
Stay with me. Focus on my voice. Let expanse contract. Eon become instant.
Wait, this must be it. The device. Oh, this is supposed to happen.
Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
Safe journey, warrior of light. Find our friends and bring them home.
That's weirdly depressing. Alright, time to enter a coma. The death and revival of stars are happening all around us.
Do not look at me so.
You're slaves to a tyrant. There's no freedom in that.
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you. We did everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this.
That one's not ours. What was that? I missed it. Well, dude, it's either the guy from the end of Final Fantasy VII where you go through the whole spoilers thing, or it's fucking Squall. Just kidding. None of the above.
Your time has not yet come.
Oracle of Light. So is that like a second version of Minfilia? Like after she's been fucking around in the Hydaelyn for so long. It's the Warrior of Darkness. I feel like I'm in a dream sequence in a PS2 game.
From endless dreams I awake. Something vague, yet urgent, calls me to action once more.
Is that Garleans?
Rare to meet someone out here who's not a peddler themselves. What brings you into the wilds this time of night?
What do you mean by this time of night?
Well, if it ain't the oldest joke in the book. Me granddad, God's rest his soul, used to tell that one to the barman at kicking out time. And when, pray tell, did we last have a dark night? You rotten old drunk yet, he'd reply. Over 100 bleeding years ago, that's when. You got that look down to a T. I'd almost think you meant it. Ah, got to you, did they? Poor beggar. That explains it then.
Nah. One bottle's not enough.
Well, I've roads to travel and wares to sell, but you best hurry along to the town nearby. Just head east through the trees and aim for the Shining Tower. You'll find the place soon enough. 'Tis the biggest settlement for malms around.
Let's see.
Go on now, friend. They'll take good care of you in the Crystarium.
Mysterium.
Dizzying heights it rises, the gleaming spire. Its tip threatening to pierce the blinding canopy.
That's the Crystal Tower.
There, it will all begin anew. Between dark and light, the pure and the corrupt. The one true struggle.
So there's like... We've had a narrator in the past two expansions. I remember Lise being the one in Stormblood, and I remember someone else being the other one in Heavensward. The Forest of the Lost Shepherd. That's me! That's me! Of amount. We go here. No, we travel along this way. Hold on. What does that do? I probably shouldn't fuck with that. Oh. Wait, someone messaged me on Discord? No, they didn't. That was weird. Okay. Wait, hold on, I'm trying to find a button real quick. Pad 1. There we go. I didn't mean to actually RP walk into that. I was just trying to do a bid for a second.
Halt.
Hello. Oh shit, what the fuck?
Every face in this city I know. Yours, I do not. This is the threshold of the Crystarium, stranger, and I am its gatekeeper. If you would enter, you will answer my questions.
Okay. Are they riddles?
From where do you hail?
I don't know that riddle. The source.
The source? What is this cryptic nonsense?
What is your accent?
Had you given me an honest answer?
It's like, I don't think Mediterranean-esque.
We care little here for a person's place of origin, but instead, you chose concealment. And I will not suffer you to pass.
Okay, so you're not a very, what do you call it? Universal person. Transient, I guess. Is that normal here?
It must have gulped down the whole hand, ring and all.
I see. That sucks.
Everything all right, Captain?
Quite all right, my lord. Just a Strayson eater.
Kurt,
and a weak
gate
one
guard.
at that.
I see. Weak or not, we should be on the lookout for more.
That's a silver hand.
But I see you've met my guest. I will escort her to the Crystarium myself, if you've no objections.
Another of your mysterious friends, is it? I should have known. Very well. I'll inform the others your guest is to be given the run of the city.
Where are your ears different than
Pray forgive
mine?
My less than cordial welcome. May the rest of your stay with us be a pleasant one.
Okay. Hi.
Come with me. I will answer whatever questions you have when we are somewhere more private.
I'll aim for like an hour, maybe like an hour and a half at most. Because I want to take some time to level up my Dark Knight.
Right then. Before we plunge into the wheres and wherefores, let me first thank you for answering my summons.
It's not like as if I have a choice, I'm not gonna lie.
I had intended to bring you directly to my personal quarters, but I fear my aim was slightly off. That you are still able to make the crossing unharmed is a great relief. And so, we come to the question of where. The realm in which you now find yourself belongs to one of the 13 reflections, or shards. The first, to be precise, even if its inhabitants are largely oblivious to the fact. As to wherefore, having been awarded the rather grandiose title of Crystal Exarch, I, in my capacity as caretaker of the Crystarium, thought to seek the aid of you and your companions.
Do you have any idea how much trouble you've caused?
An inkling, yes. I can only beg your forgiveness. Matters here forced my hand, but all shall be explained in due course, I promise you.
I'm sure.
Let us begin with the glaring skies up above.
Okay, I was understood that this is the norm, but I guess it's not.
Here in the first, the world has been all but consumed by primordial light. It began a century ago, by this realm's reckoning. A luminous flood swallowing everything in its path. More than 9/10 of this star was lost. And the fortunate few who survived are hounded by abominations born of that catastrophe even now.
Is what the Warriors of Darkness was talking about, weren't they?
Sin
Like
eaters.
consuming their entire stuff.
The creature you saw earlier was one such monstrosity.
The weird white drake.
It was
Kendrick
to save
Lamar is not
the
a big
first
fan.
From this menace that I learned to bridge the rift between worlds. That I might call upon the aid of the greatest of heroes.
Then why'd you call me?
Though it meant depriving a world of its champion, I had to try. For in saving the first, you would bring salvation to the source as well. But what manner of host harangues his guests in the middle of the road? Let us continue our talk within the Crystarium.
I've entered a sanctuary. Later, homo. Sorry, I just saw that thing on the top right. Damn, I do like the look of this place so far.
Such a proud and vibrant city. The sole sanctuary for the living in a world all but resigned to oblivion.
This voice is me.
Each stone was laid with hope. The town itself a symbol, a monument to defiance in the face of death. No would-be hero could fail to answer its call. For who among us does not yearn for salvation?
Norvent, the Crystarium. Oh my god, that person has fucked up ears. Look at them. Hey there, Crystal Exarch. And here we are. Welcome, my friend, to the Crystarium. It is nice to not hear the bam, 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 like the fucking like weird ass music from when you finish anything in Stormblood. A deep gold blade. Is that what I have right now? I complete my inventory. Get rid of this weathered pickaxe. Is there a button that's like, okay, recommended gear? Wow, 386. Look at that. Okay, I'm done having my fun. City of the First. Crystal Exarch has requests of you. Now, following frank discussion and the privacy of my study would seem to be in order. I think our conversation would be more meaningful if we first to get a firmer grasp of around here. To that end, I would like you to visit a few of the Crystarium civic leaders and glean something of this world and its predicament. Cool. As you can see, this path will take you directly to the Aetherite, convenience which I am sure you're only too familiar. Being the rightful object of my summoning spell, you should in theory be able to reach all the way back to your etheric trail and find a connection to the source, believe it or not. I strongly suggest you complete this attunement before venturing any further. Can I just teleport back and like tell Totoro what's up? After you've done so, walk up to the steps of the Aetherite and head out to the left to arrive in Crystalline Mean. This is where you'll find our collective of crafters and gatherers. Our collective? I didn't realize you guys were anarchs. As well as their spokeswoman, Catalyst. One of the few people I should like you to meet. Another is Morin. To reach him and his Cabinet of Curiosity, you'll want to avoid the aforementioned steps. Take the exit to the left and simply continue straight along the path until you come to the large doors at the end of the path. Third and final person I would like you to meet is Bragi, our man in charge of trade and contribution. He's found in the markets, where you can access from the opposite side of the Aetherite Plaza. Over there. Seeking out each of my colleagues, you will visit the major districts of the city and hopefully gain a feel for the place. I trust my directions were simple enough? Crystal clear? Very good. I can see the layout of Crystarium owns more to historic necessity than planning. I'm sure you learn his twists and turns before long. In all honesty, the true challenge may be in finding the right way to approach its citizens. As you discovered during your encounter with the captain, the people of this world are unaware of the existence of the other stars and will struggle to accept the truth of your origin. That being the case, when they ask whence you hail, as they inevitably will, I suggest you claim to share a homeland with the Crystal Exarch. There's an unspoken rule here about peering too deeply into that particular mystery. When you finish making the rounds, pray meet me at the large courtyard in the center of town. Until then. That song very much still sounds like Final Fantasy XIV, but it's so funny. Here we go, we're gonna tune to the Aetherite. By focusing your senses, blah blah blah, connections to the table. Okay, I believe the first person they said was up the stairs. Why can't I... Why doesn't my emotes show up in the chat anymore? I wonder why. Enable profanity filter. Timestamp the messages? I would love that. Events. That. Display log message, okay. There we go. Not quite what I wanted to press, but okay. I was just doing something to test. I wonder if people nearby actually fucking think I'm like actually. I wonder if they think I'm actually role playing. I just wanted to press. I wonder to see a place so well stocked with goods, isn't it? But not here. I'm going to guess you're new to our fair city. Well, for what it's worth, you've chosen a fine sanctuary. The Exarch can throw up a barrier if the city just come knocking. So it's a damn sight safer than it here than it is out there. Safer and more civilized too, thanks to us in the mean. We work together to procure materials and resources and craft the goods which make the city life possible. It's the place to visit if you need a coat minted of Kettle Forged. Or Kettle Forged. I was going thinking I'll handle it to you on a plate like those Emorian layabouts. In the Crystarium, we work for a living. Oh, I see you're no stranger to honest labor. You don't have that whiff of indolence about you, like some of the folk I've met. But I can't quite pin down your profession. Where is it you're from? I'm from wherever the Crystal Exarch's from. One of the Exarch's countrymen, you see. You say. I see. Well then, I'll work twice as hard to make you feel welcome. Our city wouldn't even exist if it weren't for him, and any friends of his is a friend of ours. It was quite incredible when you think about it. They say his grand magic summoned the Crystal Tower into existence, pulled the entire thing out of thin air. It was long before the droves of refugees began congregating around its base, desperate for shelter after losing their homes to the flood. You guys built a very fantastical place for how awful your background is. That's how the Crystarium began. At the Exarch's invitation, buildings started going up, and with the help of some of the curious relics brought forth from the tower, the place gradually expanded to the thriving metropolis you see today. Oh, so it's because of the relics is why it's so fantastical. The city stood here for decades now, yet the eldest among us swear the Exarch looks exactly the same as he did back then. He's indeed a man of many mysteries, but for all his secrecy, he has never let us down. So if he and you wish to remain silent about your shared homeland, the folk here will respect your wish for privacy. I am, however, more than a little curious to see any crafting talent you might be hiding. If you ought to contribute on that front, be sure to come back and visit once you've had your chance to come in. Just ask for Callus, and I'll find you a niche here in the Crystalline Mean. You can help us keep the cogs of the city greased and turning. Exchange with Callus to tell you about the life in the Crystarium. Wow. What is this? Do I have to attune to these? I forget. Oh my god, I fucking have to. Okay, well that works. Let's get down here. Oh. I'm not gonna walk the whole way. These guys, oh yeah, they're the guys from fucking, they're the beasts, the beast men around Ul'dah. Clan Nutsy. The Nuts board. Take a second to ult that, wow. We're going for 40 minutes, and I feel like as if we've both done a lot and also done so little. Oh boy. Hello. Excuse me, miss. Are you recently come to the city, perchance? Quite familiar with our civic rules, you see, and will... Hello. What I mean to ask is, have you brought any books with you? A crumpled scroll, even a scrap of scribbled-on parchment? My apologies. Literature is something of an obsession of mine, as well as a profession. Librarian Morn, at your service. This humble collection is known as the Cabinet of Curiosity. As your powers of perception have likely informed you, my colleagues and I are responsible for curating all manner of tomes, documents, and other vehicles for written word. As horrific as the loss of life in the land wrought by the flood unquestionably was, the damage to recorded knowledge was no less catastrophic. If you do all we can to preserve what wisdom we reserved. I fucked up something there. But tell me, what brings you to the cabinet today? Looking for any title in particular? Perhaps a spot of academic research. Wow. Oh, so you have an interest in modern history. Splendid. A thorough review of recent events can often yield novel perspectives. I quite agree. If you prefer something visual to accompany the account, then I think I have an illustrated history book for children somewhere. Just a moment and I'll fetch it for you. I feel weirdly insulted by that. Children's book for you to read. And here we are. Would you like to pull up a chair? Make yourself more comfortable. On with the lesson then. It's a very large children's book. My eyes. 100 years ago are near not enough to matter. Villains known as the Warriors of Light slew the Shadow Keeper, the Steward of Darkness. In the wake of this tainted deed, light began to pour into the world as if from unseen cracks. It pooled and swelled without cease, until the day an enormous blinding wave rose up and rose across a star. We called this calamity the Flood of Light. Everything it touched was leashed of life and vigor, leaving naught behind but a luminous wasteland. Yet, just when it seemed that all would be lost, a savior appeared before us. The Oracle of Light. She stood twixt us and approaching doom. By her power did she stay the flood. Thus was Norvant. And Norvant alone spared the fate of Eurasia. Tragedy would, however, arrive in another form. The blasted emptiness descended the horrors so strange and terrible aspect to devil the few folk who survived. These sin-eaters were light incarnate, and their fulgent presence stole the night from Norvant's skies. Even now they circle the remaining bastions of civilization, ever on the hunt for us, ever hungering for our flesh. Okay. Trust that the world will become what it is. So if you wish to hear the tale again, I would be glad to retell it for you. Or if you would rather speak of other matters, that too would be my pleasure. Should I keep the company? It's strange with Morn and tell you about the Flood of Light. Well, I'm writing down my shit in my notes. What is the Oracle of Light? Yeah, the Oracle of Light. Okay. The Whispering Galley. That's where I came from, so we gotta go this way. Let's do the markets. can only imagine how much of a spectacle this place was whenever everyone was coming through this area. Maybe attuned to the little crystal that's around here. There's another one over there. I'm gonna get all the crystals before I fuck off. The shards. Unsupervised access to the Ethernet network shards. Does this place have housing? It has an inn, the personal suite. I think I'm missing two. I'm missing the Amatral launch and the Dorsal gate. Broggy, what's up? Dab me up, buddy. Wow, look at all the market.
New to the city, friend. Spinning ahead and wide eyes give you away.
I was afraid I was going to tear my throat.
Welcome. My name is Broggy, and I'm the master of these markets. They give the district another official title, but I'm not in the habit of using it. Too floored by half.
In any case, our merchants stock a range of equipment for V's, such as yourself. So finding something in your size shouldn't be a problem.
I'm actually a Viera.
Not too familiar with that dialect.
Let's see if we can straighten this out. See those two in front of us? The shorter one is Hume. The taller one is an elf. The sturdy individual there is a Galgant. The one with the horns is a Duran. And they do have a large, scaly chest with long tails and a knack for raising livestock. Those would be the Zun. Which is apparently not the name you know them by. Now I'm curious to know which far-flung region you hail from.
I'm from the same lands as the Crystal Exarch.
The same as the Exarch, eh? Well, that explains it. We don't get much further flung than that. We've had a few of your lot pass through in recent years, and despite their obvious learning, they floundered over the simplest things. But not to worry. Should you find yourself confused by the local language or customs, I'll be here to answer your question.
Your exchange with Broggies tell you about the peoples of the First.
Cool. Whoops, I didn't point them out earlier, but I'm sure you'll spot a Mistel or another Ronzo like me sooner than later. Even MVs like yourself aren't that unusual in this city. The Crystarium's long been a sanctuary for all manners of refugees.
Except maybe the dwarves. Those I prefer to keep themselves in my experience.
Cool. Voicing him wasn't problematic at all. It's just that if I would have kept doing it, I probably would have eventually died. The good thing he only had like a few paragraphs at most. Is that the Crystal Exarch right there? It is. Hey, buddy. Just kidding. I'm gonna go attune to the Aetherite. Ethernet. You now have Ethernet access to the Dorsal gate.
Well, how did you fare? Did my colleagues help you form a clearer picture of this world and its people?
Do I just tell you, like, do I just have to hand you my notes? Okay. Yes, it seems you were treated to the most thorough introduction. I understand it was something of a chore, but it was necessary for you to grasp these things before we proceed. He's talking straight to the audience, dude. He's talking to you like, hey, Final Fantasy fans. We know it was a chore, but it's necessary. It's a world building. As for the Crystal Tower's origin, you may have noted the details were sparse. The structure is, in fact, the self-same one you knew from the source, transported to the first in its entirety. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But why? It was my first attempt at breaching the boundaries between worlds. Something of a trial run for your eventual crossing. And although I do not know which era I tore it from, I do know that its arrival served to set the wheels of fate in motion. Oh. Oh. Well, that's fucked up. Yeah, the Crystal Exarch. You've done as I've requested, and learn something of the world in which you find yourself. Now's the time I've fulfilled my half of the bargain, explain what has befallen your comrades. That's the conversation I'd rather have in the privacy of my quarters, however. I must go on ahead to the tower and organize a few things. Then I shall see that the guard knows to admit you. The tower's gate lies open then? Why, yes, of course. It can be open and closed just like any other. Does that seem strange to you? I know not how the tower functioned in your time, but I assure you there's no danger of us being locked inside. Okay. Hey, buddy.
Good evening, madame. The Exarch awaits you within.
Oh, this is a voice cutscene. I forgot the right request we're on.
Welcome to the Ocular, my private study. We can speak here without fear of being overheard. I have much to explain, but the truths which I must touch upon in doing so would cause only distress and confusion to the people of this world. Pray keep that in mind.
I'll go to parent.
I am sure you are desperate to know the fate of your fellow scions. To put it simply, they are here in the first. Their arrival, however, was not as recent as you may imagine. Here, time flows at a different pace from that of the source.
Okay.
In the space of a single hour in your home world, an entire year might pass in the first, and the reverse could also be true. The pace fluctuates without rhyme or reason, and it cannot be predicted.
That's awful.
That said, we seem to be entering a period of near equivalence, and thus, for the moment, you need not overly concern yourself with the passage of time.
Okay, that's convenient, but also that's
For
awful.
your companions, however, Yustola and Urianger have dwelled here for 3 winters, all told, while Thancred's count stands at 5. Even our more recent arrivals, Alphino and Alize, have lived in the first for almost a year. My intention had been to summon only you, but the art of reaching across worlds has proven exceedingly difficult to master. Thus it was that my fumbling hand closed upon those to whom your fate is most closely bound as well. As they were not the object of my summons, their transference was...
Why is he naked?
Though they may appear to possess...
I didn't come here naked.
They are, in truth, merely spirits that one can see and touch.
Oh, I see.
Consequently, while you yourself will be able to pass between worlds with relative freedom, they will not. Much as it grieves me, they are stranded here, unable to return.
Are you serious? Like permanently? What have they been doing all this time?
We spent every waking hour searching for a way to reverse the summoning. In the beginning, at least. As you may have surmised, however, our efforts met with little success. And then we all but abandoned the endeavor once Urianger shared with us the vision he had witnessed during his journey through the rift.
Why do you sound like as if you're speaking in a mouth outside your mouth? It's hard to explain.
Time and space warp and blend in unexpected ways. What Urianger saw was the future. That which would one day come to pass.
I think I saw that too, but I'm not sure.
In his vision of tomorrow, the first was rejoined with the source. This collision of worlds brought about the 8th umbral calamity and the deaths of countless multitudes. Amongst those who perished, Urianger clearly saw the fall of the Scion's mightiest champion. He watched you die. And thus did the Scions embrace their exile, and began searching this world for a means to forestall the coming catastrophe in yours. Their souls are stranded in the first, yes, but they have fought on, desperate to save their home and you from destruction. Nor have their efforts been in vain, for it was they who finally established that the elimination of the Sin Eaters will indeed serve to prevent the calamity.
Let's see.
Considering these circumstances of our meeting, you would be forgiven for doubting my version of events. And so, before all else, I would suggest you track down your comrades and hear the tale from their lips. I shall of course be happy to assist in these reunions, and you need not make any decisions regarding your involvement until you are certain of where you stand. Meanwhile,
You say that, but you act like as if I really do have a choice.
I have found a way to help your friends return home.
That's cool. But I feel like you summoned here.
Have I earned your trust for the moment, at least?
Yeah, you're no Mickey Mouse, but your hood will have to do.
Excellent. You will not regret this. With that settled, we shall have to see about getting you ready for the road. Traveling across the rift has no doubt left you weary. I will arrange for a room where you might rest in comfort. While it's being prepared, perhaps I can show you around.
Okay. The ads are going to be coming on here shortly. If there's nothing happening within... Okay, we're done. We're done. Hopefully I'm not forced into like a cutscene where I need to talk to someone. Nope. Okay, I'll start the ad break for now, and then I'll just like mindlessly walk around for a bit. Bam, 3-minute ads, go. So, for the YouTube side of the recording of what's going on, this is interesting so far, I will genuinely admit. I'm gonna go walk over here and try to get this thing. And I think that'll be the last one I need. I'm debating of whether or not I want to continue the VOD. I might as well... Depending on how long the cutscene is when we meet our buddies is when I'll be like, oh yeah, that'll be it. Because a part of me is also like, I need to start leveling up my Dark Knight. Pick him in. I think that's all my Aethernet access. You have tuned yourself to all Aethernet starts in Crystarium. Lakeland is now accessible as an Aethernet destination. Oh, is this? I see. The Dulcet Gate. What the hell is this? Oh, that's a character. That's like an actual PC. Taking a moment to look at something. Up scribble. Hitchrig. Hey, buddy. Resident of the Crystarium are quite a diverse crowd, as I'm sure you have seen. We all, however, are united by a single goal. Not to settle for the status quo, and to leave this world a better place than we found it. Thanks. I have no way to put so much vocal fry on that. Here, I'll continue along this quest line to finish visiting all the buddies, and then I'll end the stream for the night and upload the VOD. Because I really want to level up my Dark Knight while I can, for it to make sense. Okay. Ad break is ended. Hello. The Crystarium boasts a number of residential districts, but I have been informed that a room has just become available for the pendants, which, as it turns out, is perfect. Our path there will take us past the markets, and I'm hoping to give you my introduction to their wares. Come along. Cool. I'm not gonna walk the whole way. Basically, might as well. I fucked up walking to over here. Hey there, Crystal Exarch. There's not gonna be a voice cussing, but I know it's gonna be a spectacle of some sort. Slow walk. Oh, they're wearing that outfit.
This is the Musica Universalis.
I didn't expect
commercial
this.
heart of the Crystarium. What you might need to prepare for your journeys can be purchased here.
Cool.
Ah, yes. You must be curious about the currency. Fear not. The gil you carry will serve you well enough.
Okay. Is that by your hand?
Each nation once minted its own coins, but 'twas all a jumbled mess following the flood. After much debate, the local merchants eventually elected to revert to the old ways, wherein a coin's value was decided by the worth of its metal. As for a unit of measurement, we agreed upon the term gil, a word borrowed from coins uncovered within the Crystal Tower here.
Oh,
As our
great.
traders peddled their wares across the land, so too did our usage of gil become common practice.
I see.
From what your stola tells me, a standard coin from the source equates to exactly 1 gil here, or near enough not to matter.
Yeah, okay.
Our way of life has benefited greatly from the artifacts we recovered from the tower.
Yeah, you stole my
Some of
fucking
which may
tower.
be familiar to you.
What are you looking at? Oh. The tomes? Is that what that is? Oh, those are smartphones.
But I fear it would not be practical for us to provide everything to which you are accustomed. You shall need a means to access the commodities of your homeworld. Avan Kerm Sin?
Yes, I'm here. Of course I'm here. What amusements do you have for me today?
Can you kill this? Can we just stab this thing in the heart?
Feo Ul, paragon of pixie kind. For you, I have the most vital task.
Can you just like stab this thing? I want to
This
like
fine
hit this thing with a rusty
friend from
dagger.
a distant realm.
Hi.
understand we have need of a means to ferry things back and forth from her home. Might you be able to assist us in this matter?
You came from beyond, didn't you? From beyond the rift?
I want to hit this thing with a metal bat, and I want to hit to make the most satisfying ping, as its like skeleton is completely deconstructed from the pure ballistic impact of me just hitting this thing with a metal bat.
I decided to grant you my assistance. Make a pact with me and the fun can begin. But answer me this, traveler. Did your garments come with you when you crossed over? Your teeth? Your nails?
As well as they could have.
Just as I thought! Then you've a good stout connection with your home through which all your belongings, great and small, may easily pass. From this moment forth I will be your Isne Fis, and you my Snay Yak. Like the branch which sprouts from the sapling, our bond will flow unbroken from one to the other.
A Junpei clean hit sound.
Raise your hand.
Like basically hitting a one of the balls in Lethal League. Especially when you get it to Mach speeds.
Tis done. We are bound now, dearest sapling.
I don't like that.
Make your request. Tell me your desire. I wish to visit this world of yours.
I don't think I wanted to introduce you to it. You might bring like a weird alien spore over there.
Inform them of your safe arrival.
This is tough. I'm sure it doesn't matter. Totoro's like the biggest crybaby, but Cryle actually gets shit done. So I imagine they're gonna be in the same room, so this choice won't really matter. But in the case of like it actually does matter, I'm gonna send it to Cryle. Alright, bye.
As you heard, that was Feo Ul of the Pixies. Their kind possess an affinity for magic akin to that of arcane beings.
Am I arcane?
They rarely show themselves in populated areas, but Feo is insatiably curious even by pixie standards, and seems to have taken a liking to the Crystarium.
Okay.
Right, we were going to organize a room for you, weren't we? Come along.
As a result, we pack VOA will, have access to the delivery Muggles, market boards, and summoning bells well in the first. Great. I'm glad of all things we managed to open ourselves to engage in commerce while we're here. What if it faced me this way? Line nerd. Hey, buddy. There you are. I'm finalizing a moment of your accommodation. You'll soon have a private room at your dependence for the duration of your stay. Make use of it as you see fit. When you're ready to retire, the manager will show you to your lodgings. Pray, rest, and recuperate, and we shall convene. I believe that covers all for practical concerns. Thank you for answering my call, Clementine. We are denied the comforting blanket of night, but may peaceful dreams attend you nonetheless. Yeah, at least if I had a choice. What the hell are you? Hey, what's up? Yeah, repair all my shit. Thanks. Bye. Manager Suite, it's a pleasure to meet you, miss, and welcome to our new home at the Pendants. Your room is ready if you care to retire. Yes. Alright, let me open up the notepad. We have a lot of notes to take care of. Okay. Is this voiced?
I know you. You're the warrior of light from the source.
You immediately clock that. The warrior of darkness? Question mark.
What? Did you just... You can hear me? Oh, gods, how long has it been? That was what I called myself in your world. The Warrior of Darkness. My real name is Ardbert.
Ardbert?
There's an alias in the source. A daft one, looking back.
Well, I couldn't really blame you for that. You were
If you
kind of
recall
manipulated by
my
the
tale,
Ascians.
It was my comrades and I who caused the flood. We thought our home doomed. And so we listened to the Ascians. Let them guide us to the source and try to hasten their god's damned ardor. I remember when we fell, defeated by you and yours. I remember our audience with Minfilia, how she listened to our pleas and returned our souls to the First. The flood was poised to swallow Norvrand. Minfilia and my friends, they surrendered what little they had left to hold it back. Just faded away, leaving me to bear witness.
So Minfilia died again.
Tell me, do you know the year? How much time has passed since we caused the flood? Years. 100 long years. My hands find no purchase. My gestures catch no eye, and my pleas, be they whispered or screamed, reach not a single ear. I am a shade, cursed to do naught but drift. I feel as if I've been walking forever. I hardly noticed when my mind and body began to fray at the edges. Bang! My senses were sharp again. I felt like a fish being reeled in, and before I knew it, I found myself in this room. Why is it that you can see me? What are you even doing here, come to that?
Oh, I'm here to fix the flood, apparently. As far as I know, anyways.
Was summoned to save the First. A waste of time. This world is beyond saving, like those who try to save it.
Well, I mean, meanwhile I'm here, I might as well. Not like I really have a choice.
Maybe I've not forgotten that. But if fate has brought me to you, the one person in this God's forsaken world who can see and hear me, then perhaps there is a reason I endured. If I can find out why I was left behind, then maybe I can bring this journey of mine to an end. Well,
yeah, just
I'll be watching, warrior.
Don't go crazy. This isn't the first time I've had a completely crazy ghost follow along in my journey and tell me a bunch of crazy, stupid shit.
This world has had its fill of heroes.
Yeah, whatever. You know, the first ghost to try to turn me into like an apathetic mess. Just sleeping like a freak. I'm ready for the day. How long has it been? 18 minutes? Fuck, I was like, damn, I was hoping to meet our buddies way before I would hit the 30-minute mark. We'll go on for like another 5 minutes. If it doesn't look like we're getting any closer to meeting our buddies, then I'll just have to end stream for the day.
It's just Clementine. The Exarch waits for you within.
Why do I keep voicing these guys like as if they're Power Rangers monsters? Wait. I'm not gonna touch that. Every time we go in this room, I guess I can't help but to think about the Mickey Mouse cutscene where it's like, y'all are talking about the door to darkness? Had a ghostly visitor.
I was not aware the room was haunted, and you were rather tired. Well, should you receive another visitation, be sure to let me know.
Are you serious?
Now, let us return to the subject of the Scion's whereabouts. This map shows the lands of Northrend, the only area to be spared the flood of light.
It looks like a weird, fucked up inversion of Eorzea.
The Crystarium is here, in the region known as Lakeland. To the north is the fairy kingdom of Ilmec. That is where you'll find Urianger. To the east lies the once prosperous civilization of Rak-Tika. Your Stola is stationed there, in the heart of the forest. Alas, neither location can be reached without considerable difficulty.
Great.
As such, I would suggest you first seek out one of the twins, each of whom is stationed but a short flight from the Crystarium. Alphino is on Calusia, an island off the western shore. It is home to a city called Yulmur, where the rich and privileged while away their days in idleness. For his part in furthering our cause, Alphino journeyed there to meet with the citizenry and forge alliances. From what I hear, he has since kept himself busy gathering information around the main settlement.
Okay.
Alize, meanwhile, traveled south to the arid wastes of Armareng. They lie upon the very edge of the inhabitable world, where the flood of light was halted. Those who dwell there live in constant fear of attack by the Sin Eaters. In contrast to her brother, Alize felt that her energies would better be spent learning about the enemy, and thus she sells her services as a guard, both to hone her skills and gather information.
You know, after all the shit that she's gone about like, oh, I wanna, being all worried about her brother and shit, she sure has no problems immediately splitting up from him. Alright, but what about Thancred?
So, will it be Calicia or Armarang? It matters not which you choose to visit first. Simply inform me once you've made your decision, and I will see to it that you are provided with a suitable mount. Ah, but you must be wondering about Thancred. He has taken up with a new companion, and is presently engaged as a wandering hunter of Sin Eaters. Being ever on the move, his whereabouts are often difficult to ascertain, but I am certain your paths will cross ere long.
So Thancred is literally just walking around the countryside just killing shit. Well, the question is, who's gonna freak out more whenever I meet them again? I kind of want to hang with Alphanod. Hey, buddy, we're gonna go Alphanod. Visit Alphanod in Colusia. Excellent. As I mentioned, your destination is an island off the west coast, so you'll need a mount capable of making the journey. Here's a letter of introduction, presented to Jean d'Angemay, the master of beasts at the Temenos Rookery, and he'll take care of you. When you see Alphanod, be sure to pass on my warmest regards. Alright, buddy, here I go. Hey, Luffy. How's it going, buddy? I know I could have picked up both quests, but I'm not going to be worried about that. Is this where I go? No, it isn't. It's down over there, I see. Hey, Zemjame.
This is unknown to me. What business do you have in my rookery?
Just kidding. I'm not gonna do all their voices the same as one.
Signed by the Exarch, no less.
I can provide you with an Amaro for passage to Colusia. I'll pick you out a friendly whelp.
Not a chocobo then?
Chocobo. Beware from one of Norvrun's more isolated settlements, perchance.
There are a few places where they ride little else. But here at the Crystarium, outside that great fellow, they are more commonly used. Seeing as you are plainly unaccustomed to riding a Morrow, I think it would be best to accompany you this flight myself. Any Zune worthy of the name could do it, of course, but the Exarch sent you to me. Ensuring you arrive safely is my responsibility. Gather your things and meet me at the Admiral Launch. One of the junior tamers will attend you while I ready the mounts. Cool.
Where is he? I think I hit that voice too hard. Like coughing baby. Hey, you're aspiring.
You want to fly tomorrow to Colusia? Well, I suppose if Master Jimei is going with you. Wait here, please.
I shouldn't do that voice.
The whistling breeze, mute. The pounding surf, frozen. Time itself takes a breath. At light's edge, all is perfectly still. The world captured in a painting, locked in a moment. Music, faint and fleeting, drifts coastward on the lifeless air. And in the distance, beyond the broken earth, a city beckons.
Check it out, it's Crystal Chronicles. I'm just kidding. Anything that looks overtly Final Fantasy-esque to me, I'm always gonna be like, hey, it's Crystal Chronicles. Zemjame.
We've arrived. This is Crackshield Beach on the eastern south coast of Colusia. You should be safe here for the present. Compared to the mainland, city air attacks are far less prevalent, and the native beasts are not any more dangerous than elsewhere. It is the people you should be wary of. Spy that city in the distance. That is Zulmore. the island's main settlement. It rivals Crystarium in scale, and was once an ally in our battle against the abominations. For years, the Elmorian elite have fancied themselves the masters of what remains of our broken world. They have gone as far as to offer the leaders of other settlements their protection, if they bend the knee. But to say their ideals are questionable would be putting it mildly. The Crystarium is one among many who resist their heavy-handed authority. While we're not at war, our relationship with Elmore is strained at best. It may be wise to conceal your ties with this exarch during your stay here, especially in the vicinity of the city.
Otters.
I'm glad we understand each other. Now the Exarch has instructed me to divulge a secret that should make your finding your friend a good deal easier. Listen closely.
Okay. Okay, I guess we said.
If you head south along the coast, you'll eventually come to a fisherman's shack.
What the fuck are those?
A friend of the Crystarium lives there, a man who goes by the name of Ybor. Ybor keeps an eye on everything that happens in Kalusia. Will be able to point you in the right direction. Just hand him a spring of time that will let him know you can be trusted. Here, this should be enough. Find your friend. I'll stay with you tomorrow until you're ready to return.
Well, that was fun. Unfortunately, I said that I would have to end about like a hour and a half into the stream, and that is where we're heading at. Regardless, I feel like we're making good progress. Whoa. I feel like we're making good progress. Okay, hold on. I said what I said, but I haven't actually not ending the stream yet. We have to go get ourselves attuned here. The hell are these? Hobgoblin? Hobgoblin. Wait. This is Final Fantasy. This is Crystal Chronicles. What the fuck? I'm just kidding. No, it's not. Old Tash. Hey guys, how's it going? Let's attune to the other right here. Is that the battle music for this entire expansion? I want to do battle with this thing. Oh, no, I don't need to attack it as this. We'll attack it as this. That's a new ability. I've never seen that before. Yeah, that's the default battle music for Shadowbringers. Oh wow. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. Okay, it does go hard the longer it goes way harder the longer it goes on, but at the start it kind of feels a bit meh. I'm sure I'll get used to it. I'm sure I'll like fall in love with it. But for now, that's gonna be the end of the stream for now. I'll upload the VOD immediately. This is good though.